So you're thinking about buying a home in Atherton, California, and you want an overview to gain a good understanding of what's going on in this city. Is it going to be a good place for you? Are you going to be commuting to a major tech hub? Perhaps want to be close proximity to some airports? Is there anything to do in or around Atherton? These are the questions we are going to answer in this video. What we're going to do is take you around on Google Maps and tell you everything that you need to know about living in Atherton. That way, if you're thinking about buying a home, this should give you a full overview. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, you want to know everything there is about living in the Bay Area and the surrounding areas like Atherton, make sure to subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in the Bay Area. My name is Spencer Su, and our team gets calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you and you and you looking to make their move to the Bay Area, and we love it. So whether you're moving in a week or in a few months, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to the Bay Area. So as we mentioned, we're going to be talking about Atherton today, and what better way than just to jump into the computer and show you around. All right, so let's take a look at the city of Atherton itself. It's not a very big city, and it has only about 7,000 people. Now, why do people choose Atherton, and what is there around the city itself? So Atherton is in great proximity amongst two airports. So you have the international airport that goes pretty much all over the world, which is a San Francisco International Airport. As you can see from distance-wise, only about, I would say, 25, 30 minutes away. And then you have on the south, which is a fantastic domestic airport. It does also have some trips to like Japan and things like that. But for the most part, it's going to be a great domestic airport, which is the San Jose Airport. As you can see, Atherton is really right smack in the middle between the two. So it's about 25 minutes each way for either of them, which is a very popular location for many execs that choose to live in that area. Now, a few things that are really interesting about the city itself. If you actually zoom in and you can see the border lines of Atherton, there isn't any commercial spaces. You don't see any commercial spaces at all in this city. So there are no restaurants here. There are no shopping centers. Now, that being said, it's not like it's very far to get into any of them. You can see you have a local Target just 1 minute on the border of Atherton. And if you want to go to the Menlo Park side, you have plenty of options. You have Safeway, you have Stanford Shopping Center, you have plenty of restaurants down on either end. So it's not like there isn't any that are close by, but in the city itself, it is interesting that there isn't any. What is also interesting is this is not a very favorable place for renting, as in there are no apartments in this area either. We will show that at the later parts of this video of what the options are when it comes to housing, but there are actually no apartment rentals. So you may then ask, what are things to do then in this city? So one of the things that people like to do is they do like to visit the major park in this city, which is called Holbrook Palmer Park. You can take a look here. It's a beautiful park. It doesn't have any sort of tennis courts or basketball courts or anything like that, but it is a great spot when it comes to small picnics. There's a small playground for young kids. There is plenty of grass, so great for walking your pets. So a lot of people go out and do that at Holbrook Park. Another thing that people like to do is they go to Menlo Circus Club. Now, this is not a circus, but it's a very rare and unique equestrian facility. Now, there are many people that enjoy horses. There are polo activities. At the same time, they do also have like many private clubs, different activities such as fitness, tennis courts, swimming pools. So there's a few of these all around the peninsula, and these are private clubs to be able to access. So a lot of people that are local do participate and are part of this club, which is called Menlo Circus Club. Now, it is also a great place for events. So a lot of people do get married out here. Fantastic location for that because it is incredibly private. And as I mentioned, because it's members only, there's only so many people that actually have access to even see this place. Now, the next thing that you may want to think about is schools. When you think about the location and the prices of Atherton, you may assume that it has some of the best schools in the entire country, but that's actually not necessarily the case. So let's talk about the public schools options. You can see the schools here in Atherton. For the most part, their ratings aren't anything stellar. It ranges from basically about 6 to about 8. Now, on the front end, you may think, okay, that doesn't mean it just doesn't have that good schools. Like I've seen plenty of others that have 10s and 9s. But if we drill into it, let's take a look at Encinal Elementary School. What's interesting is that test scores are actually very high. They're 10 out of 10. Academic product is pretty good too, 8 out of 10. Most of these schools, though, which is dragging down the rating, is the equity side of things. And so it's your personal decision what you feel about equity and in terms of how they're performing in this school district. And so that is what actually brings down a lot of these ratings. If you take a look at some of the other ones, let's look at Menlo Atherton High School. You can see test scores 9, college readiness 8 out of 10. These are all very good numbers, but you can see equity 2 out of 10 brings that rating down significantly, right? So these are some of the reasons. So the test scores are actually very, very good. They're very strong academically. It's the equity side of things that brings these ratings down. Now, what that means is that a lot of people then choose to go to private school. I mean, if you have the ability to afford a house in Atherton, which is millions of dollars at the very least, then you will likely probably go to the private schools. And there are many around. The ones that are in the city of Atherton itself, the two main ones are going to be Sacred Heart School, and you're also going to have Menlo School. Both of these are excellent schools, highly rated, even some of the top in all of California. Sacred Hearts is a kindergarten through 12th grade school, while Menlo School is also a private school. It's between basically middle school and high school. So most people that attend will likely go to some of these. These are very common for the people to choose from. But of course, Atherton is very small. So people may go to the different private schools around this area. Now let's talk about housing and what you can expect. I pulled what has sold in the last 2 months, but in general, this is what you can expect. You can see on the very high end of things, you're going to have some amazing houses. Take a look at this. This sold not long ago, $30 million for a 6-bed, 9-bath, 11,000 square foot home on a 1.2 acre lot. I mean, this is as modern as it gets. And that's one of the unique things about this area. Sure, prices can be very expensive, but it's also because they have the ability to build something this massive, which is very hard in the Bay Area. You have so much land. Where are you going to get acres of flat land? That's incredibly difficult. So you can see what you can get. And what's interesting about Atherton is that most of it is gated. So most of the homes are extremely secluded, as if you drive by the main road, you're not even going to be able to get into these houses. They're going to be gated. And it is so drivable that there is not even streets to walk on. So there's no sidewalks, at least, to walk on. They're all just going to be dirt for people to walk around, which there are plenty of people that walk pets and walk around, go for a jog, but there are no actual sidewalks here. But take a look at this beautiful home. And this is what you can expect for something on the very, very high end of prices. Now, it's not all that expensive, right? It's not all that premium. If you look at some of these other ones, this sold for $13 million. This was a 6-bed, 6-bath, 7,650 square foot on 1.37 acres. You have some of these other ones on the northern parts of Atherton, $10 million, 6-bed, 7-bath, 5,560 on 1 acre. You can see most of them are on acres, which is very, very unique. Even large houses, you'd be lucky to get over 10,000 square feet. So it gives you an idea what to expect when it comes to different types of housing. The least expensive house that was detached was this 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,475 square foot on a 7,800 square foot lot. This sold for $3.3 million. Still a very nice looking house inside. So that's something to be mindful of. Now, what's interesting is there happened to have been a condo that actually sold in the city of Atherton, which is very rare. There actually isn't many condos at all. This is the only community that there is. So if you're trying to get into the city and have that as your zip code and have that as your city, then this community is the only one that there is. And it is off of El Camino Real to be able to get a condo just to get a condo, period. Like I said, most are going to be single families, as you evidently seen. And so the next logical question might be, if you're trying to rent a place, what are your options? Well, you can see there's lots of options nearby, but if you want to be in the city itself, there isn't any apartments. So I brought this up previously. There are no apartments in this city. So if you look at these, you have the options to rent houses. Most of them are going to be houses. This 4-bed, 2-bath rents for $9,850. This is a 3,000 square foot home. Next, you have these other ones here. So another home, this is a 6-bed, 7-bath for $38,000 a month. That's a 6,297 square foot home. You have some other options here. We'll go down a few more. You can see another one for $24,000 a month, 5 bed, 6.5 bath. This is not a year, this is a month. These are huge homes, mainly for execs that may be only here for a short amount of time. They may also be, could be comped, to be fair, from their employer. Here's another one, $25,000, right? 6 bed, 5.5 bath. And one last one we'll look at, 6 bed, 3.5 bath for affordable, $8,500 a month. And let's take a look at the size of this. You can see the size of this is about 3,440 square feet. These are just some of the fun facts and things to know about Atherton. This is a rich area. Home prices are on average $7.5 million. You are conveniently located near many major tech hubs, other Bay Area cities, which has plenty of things to do in the 2 main airports here in the Bay Area. If this is the place for you, we'll find you the right opportunity. Let us know what your situation is. If you're thinking about moving out to the Atherton in a week or in a few months, give us a call or send us a text or email. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to the Bay Area. We hope to show you around town.